Hi, this is Kim, and welcome back to another episode on Wishin Country Living. My oven was too small for my turkey, so I cut it up and put it in my crock pot. That's what you see here. I'm going to make broth with this, and then I'm going to can it. Here you see me adding 10 to 12 peppercorns. Here you see me adding 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. This helps to pull out some of the nutrients from the bones. I am now adding a teaspoon of salt into my water. I will then put the lid on and cook it for approximately 15 hours. This is the legs, breast, and thighs.
Okay, so I'm going to take out some of the meat from here, and I'm going to pick it off the bone. I already put some in here, and to put in my jars to can it. So if when I want, I can make like turkey noodle soup or turkey pot pie, and I will have it for a later time. Okay, so the big bone, I'm just going to put back into my crock pot. And then like these smaller bones, like these ones, I am going to just put in my trash. Alright, so I have my jars here. They're getting hot because when I put in the hot bone broth from the turkey, I don't want my jar to break. Now over here, in this spot, I have a cheesecloth. Underneath the cheesecloth is a metal strainer. I'm going to strain this really well so I don't have any bones that are in my broth. I also have turkey here that I will pack into my jar first, and I will show you once I have a jar done. That's good. I have my jar here, and I am going to put some of the turkey meat in there, and then I'm going to ladle the broth in. So I'm just going to grab some. Now my turkey meat is warm. It's not hot no more. I'm going to use a funnel because I think it would work better. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit more in here. And then I am going to just ladle the broth on top. Okay, so I filled it up to it was a 1-inch headspace. I'm just going to put this in my turkey. And now I'm just going to push this down in here to make sure I got all the air bubbles out. Okay, we're still at a 1-inch headspace. I can measure it with this, and we are good. And I already washed and made these clean. So I'm going to wet my paper towel real quick. I forgot to do this. Real quick, wet it with white vinegar, and then I'm just going to lid and my ring are clean. So I'm going to put the lid on, make sure it's centered. Put my ring on. I'm only going to do finger tight. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it back in my pot. And I'm going to continue to do this with the rest of the jars. Okay, so I have the 4 jars in here. I have 2 that have meat in it. I have 2 that does not. Now I'm going to put this lid on. I'm just going to set it on top of here. I'm going to wait for it to like boil a little bit more. And then I'm going to seal it. And then I will show you what happens next. Okay, so it started boiling a little bit, so I did put my lid on and it's sealed. Right now I'm waiting. You can see a little bit of water like fountaining out. I'm waiting for it to like really be steaming, and then once it starts steaming, I gotta let it do that for 10 minutes before I put my weight on. Now where I am and for what I am doing, I need a 10-pound weight on there, and I have that here. So this is just gonna sit on there. That'll happen and it'll ding. It'll do this whole thing for about an hour and a half. I gotta go through that. When that is done, I will be back to let you know the next step. Alright, now I've reached 10 pounds of pressure in there. I have to let it go for an hour and a half. Okay, so time is up. I'm going to turn it off. And now it is off. Now I'm going to wait for this to stop jiggling. And then I'm going to remove it. I'm actually going to wait for it to stop steaming, for this here to go down, and then I gotta wait 5 minutes after that before I can remove the lid, and then I'll be back. Okay, so halfway through, like 2 minutes into waiting for this to lose pressure, we heard a bang in there. I'm assuming that something broke. I'm hoping not. Let's find out. Okay, so here's what the bang was. This jar lost its lid. I'm okay with that. A little bit of broth is just gone, but it's okay. Could have been worse. But now they gotta sit in there for 10 minutes before I can move them out. The popping we are here, it is perfectly normal, and it's actually great. It's letting me know that my jars are sealing, so that is the good thing. Alright, so there we have it, in my 3 jars. I left the 1 jar in there. I'll clean that up in the morning. This one is just broth. And here's my one with turkey and broth in it. So I'll probably just use like one to make like turkey pot pie. And then I'll use the broth and a jar to make turkey noodle soup. But there you have it tomorrow. From where the lid exploded off, I got some up here. I'll clean it the best I can tomorrow. So there we have it. I've completed it, and this is what you could do when you're tired of eating your turkey from the holiday. Well, enjoy, and
Like, comment, and please subscribe. And as always, keep wishing.